I love Kingdom Hearts. The entire series. Ever since I first played the second game in 2006, it's been in my top 5 favorite game series of all time. So it's surprising that I never did any type of challenge run with the game before. Well, this all changed a little while ago on Twitch, where I attempted a level 1 run. The rules for this were simple. As soon as possible, I equip the no XP ability, reach the final boss, and kick his ass. Simple. One minor thing to note is this ability is only available on the hardest difficulty, so this entire challenge has been attempted on critical mode. How did it all go, you ask? Well, let's take this one world at a time and see how it all went. It's the beginning of the game, there's no challenge here. Honestly, the toughest thing here was getting used to critical mode Kingdom Hearts 2 again, since it's been close to 2 years since I last played. Still, it only took me a few attempts at the Twilight Thorn and the Axel fights to get back in the swing of things. I'll also include the first part where you play as Sora in Twilight Town and the Mysterious Tower here. It's only like 4 mandatory Heartless and nobody fights, so no real issues, everything goes well. Alright, this is where it really begins. There isn't much here, just one fight you can't lose even if you die, like I did, and an event battle to protect a gate. This is where I understood that this won't be as easy as I thought, as everything pretty much two-shots me. It's also at this point that I realized that the abilities Once More and Second Chance were unavailable to me. I was actually hoping the challenge would be easier at some point thanks to them, but I guess that was just copium at work. A few tries against the samurais, the gate was defended, and we move on to the next world. Three parts to this one. First, the missions are kinda rough, and I'm still learning how to properly block, something I've never really had done in this game before, but they only take me a few tries to get through all of them. 2, Mushu's Limit is a lifesaver at times. And number 3, the boss fight against Shan Yu, is really easy. Maybe the game won't be too hard after all. I don't really know what to say here. The Door Heartless has an attack that can one-shot me, but it's easy to avoid and really easy to deal with if you step back and kill all the Heartless before fighting it. And the boss at the end is just as easy and is probably the easiest boss so far. You'll notice I didn't mention the fight against the Beast here. That's because even at level 1, it's almost impossible to lose here, because all I had to do was stun lock him in the corner. Barely even worth mentioning. No! I said no! Fuck you! I'll see you in Hollow Bastion. This world was challenging enough without this guy, I won't worry about him just yet. But seriously! There was the horrifying run back from Hades' throne, the fight against Cerberus, heartless fights with Pete. I swear I never realized this world was so long compared to the others before. Still, Auron's Limit is pretty busted, and I finally learned the strategy called running around until your MP refills, so they're not insanely hard, but still tough to deal with. Also, I don't know if it's against the rules to use this, but I allowed Mickey to help me when it was offered. I could have probably banged my head against the wall to beat Cerberus if I wanted to, but all it really gives me is a limited amount of extra damage on the boss, so I figured it was fair. If you disagree, well, that's too bad, do the challenge yourself. The fight with the Hydra is super fun at least, so it was rewarding to do that at the end. Short and sweet. The event fights with Minnie are ridiculously easy. Just take a few steps, call Minnie, do the RC, rinse and repeat until done. And then do it again. I genuinely thought this was going to be a lot harder than it was. I remember as a kid, the 4 mandatory fights in the 4 zones were so tough, and now I think I did 3 of them on my first or second try. The only hard one was the burning building one, because of the car Heartless, which are extremely strong, impossible to stun when below half health, or almost. Thankfully, the Chicken Little summon came to my help and stunned them for me. I was also surprised to see how hard the fight against Pete was, or at least the second part of the fight. Once I passed it, though, the rest of the battle was finished before I even knew it. Swim this way, we'll dance and we'll play and we'll swim. Why am I here? No! Fuck. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the first roadblock in the run! Pirates have a lot of health, resist physical hits, and cannot take damage when they stand in the shadows. This makes every encounter with them a pain in my gigantic ass, but the worst part, by far, was during the battle against the Black Pearl, though I'll have to admit, I've apparently made it harder on myself somehow. See, before the fight begins, I have to fight 4 pirates on the boat. Every time I fail the battle, I have to fight those 4 guys all over again. Then, for the actual battle, I thought what you were supposed to do was attack the other boat with the cannons a few times while under constant attack by the pirates. But after almost an hour of total attempts, I just happened to kill every pirate and then the game said I won. I'm not even gonna question that one. But that wasn't the end, because there's the fight against Barbossa, and I have to ask, if the curse makes Jack unkillable, why do I lose if Jack dies? It makes no damn sense! Anyway, this boss fight scared me, but it only took like 5 attempts and a bit of luck to get through. Now hopefully I don't have to deal with crap like this anytime soon. I just jinxed myself, didn't I? Oh, thank God I didn't jinx myself. The Cave of Wonders is easy enough to go through, and then it's straight to the boss here, which is one of the most fun in the game for me. Just 2 big guys bouncing around, and you throw them into each other and wail on them, and it's a really good time. 10 out of 10, would brutally murder again. Ah, 3 ranks for... Excuse me, what the fuck just happened? Ah! There's the bullshit. I was wondering how long it'd be gone. Jack-in-a-Box Heartless can one-shot me, so I had to watch out for those. And then, the 2 bosses. The Cage Heartless isn't too insanely hard, but it has a few annoying attacks. Although this is the fight that finally let me master the art of blocking. You can block every attack except one, and every time you do, it stuns the boss so you can keep hitting it. As for Oogie Boogie... Fuck, I couldn't move! Fuck that guy! The machine he's in can one-shot me with every attack, and in the second phase, he starts sending in Heartless, which can also one-shot me. Hell yeah! It becomes a mess of jumping around, throwing gifts at him whenever I can, so I can knock him down 3 times. Just, I have to be careful with the last one though, because I can still die in a stupid way. You know what? That's actually a good song. I don't think it's as good as in the movie, but it's pretty nice. You know, I was told this would be a lot harder. The first mandatory fight is stupid, because both of the big Heartless can kill me as soon as the battle starts, and honestly, I think I only made it through because I got lucky. But besides that, I just ran around and beat the final boss thanks to Simba's limit. I was told this would be one of the hardest worlds out there, but I don't know, I guess they were wrong. Or I'm a lot better at this than I thought I would be. There's just one fight here against some husks and a few berserkers, but god damn is it annoying! If the berserkers take even a single hit, they start rampaging. If they do, I can't stun them, and they're gonna kill me if they hit me. The trick? As soon as one appears, combo it until it drops its weapon. Then spam and chain the reaction command until they're all dead. Takes a few tries and it's a lot harder than it looks, but a lot more doable than what's to come. Dance, water, dance! Wait! I still have Space Paranoid to deal with before you. Wait for your goddamn turn. I hate the light cycle. I said it before, and I'll keep on saying it. It's really the only obstacle here, though, as in other fights, Tron's limit is so broken that I can use it to deal damage and then stay invincible for like 30 seconds before it disappears. Almost felt cheap using it. Almost. Dance, water, dance, water, dance, After clearing Space Paranoid, finding Mickey, and getting the Master Form, I make my way to the boss fight with a surprise roadblock. Apparently, Dancer Nobodies have a grab attack with a special animation. Once they enter that stance, they can't be stopped, they move faster than you, cannot be stunned with magic, limits, triforms, or summon, and if they touch me, I died. Took me half an hour to get through this stupid encounter, and then Demyx was even more stupid right after that!
Dance, water, dance!
Demyx is a fucking prick. Most of his moves either kill me in one hit or stun lock me into certain death. All I have is a few audio clues so I can react to them, but sometimes he'll just do something without saying a thing. All of that, mixed with the wide range of his moves and the fairly small arena, had me on the ropes for 2.5 hours before I managed to beat him. I was then immediately sent into an event fight and died, but that's okay because I beat him, right? Whoa! That's a one-shot. You won't say it's a spoiler? Ah, well. You know, I knew... Oh. No, 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 no. I refuse. No. There is no way. There's no way in goddamn hell.
Dance, water.
Is this a goddamn joke? Really? I got one shot! Okay, it's not too bad. I managed to beat him again right after. I won't make the same mistake twice. No! What the fuck? I could not move! I was mashing the jump button to move away, but I was stun locked. No! Fuck my entire life! It took me another half hour to beat him again, and if you think I beat the Heartless the legit way, you can sit on a dick. I let the Final Fantasy characters fight for me, and I don't give a damn, because after that was the 1000 Heartless fight, and that one is bullshit too at level 1! See those flying guys? They can shoot laser balls at you. If one hits you, they all hit you, and you die after 2. If you're not moving all the time or using reaction commands, you're fucked. Simple, right? Wrong! Sometimes you try to grab one of the guys, but he's just a bit too far away, or you get stuck against another enemy and you die, or you fall down after using their moves and you get killed by a random guy before you touch the ground. This fight was supposed to be fun. Why was it so damn hard? All in all, Demyx and this took me almost 4 hours, the longest series of fight in the game, and I'm not even joking, but I'll get back to that near the end. For now, please, just let me move on to something else! Honestly, I should feel insulted that I end up here right after all of that bullshit, but... it's under the sea, I don't even care at this point. Second visits are quick, so let's keep them simple. Here, the only real fight is against Zaldin, and I'm actually annoyed at myself with that one. It took me about 2 hours to beat him, and it's only after an hour and a half that I understood that you can collect jumps while he's doing the beam of light attack thing. And 20 minutes after that, I understood that his annoying windshield disappears after he teleports once. So even if he hits you with it, unless he puts it up right again after, he can still teleport without risking to instantly kill you. As soon as I figured that out, I won. If I'd paid attention, I would have saved a whole hour, I'm sure. You know, after the last few bosses, it's nice to have an easy world for once. The fight against the unknown organization member that is totally not Riku is kind of tricky, since he can't be stunned, but using the surrounding enemies' reaction commands help, and pairing that with hit and run tactics is the way to go. As for the actual boss, he's so simple and easy, it honestly boosted my morale. I love fighting that thing. Three easy enemy fights and a boss where getting greedy kills you. How do you beat it then? It's simple. Don't attack him directly. Just throw Herc's balls of light at Hades until he dies. So I guess Hades nuts, am I right? Huh? Huh? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Well, that's kind of easier than the first time. There are a few pirate fights, yeah, but most of them can be skipped, so the only real challenge is the boss, and only because he cannot take damage unless all of the coins are in the chest, and while it's invincible, his attacks cover more than half the stage. At least there's a few boxes in the corner. Kinda feels like they're a staple in this world now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda like this one. It's so bad and stupid. It's kind of amazing. It makes me laugh every single time.
Sorry, Mommy. Your poopsies are toast.
Oh, this could have been so much worse than it was. The carpet missions suck, but you don't really have to fight anything while on them. You can just run through enemies and hit the switches. And as for Jafar, I don't know how I did it. I hit reflect, I got lucky, I dodged a lot of stuff I couldn't see. I'm just gonna move on. I have no explanation. Okay, first off, I remember the fight against Shock, Lock, and Barrel to be a lot more difficult than this was. Maybe it's because sometimes they just hit you with nothing. As for the experiment, it's the kind of fight where the longer it goes, the easier it gets. The first and second phases are the hardest, and after that, it's ridiculously easy. Hell, you can skip the first one with a well-timed limit, which is exactly what I did. I ain't about to complain about that break, though. I'm sure there's a lot of bullshit coming. Again, I was told this would be hard. I killed the boss so easily, I was almost confused. And in the hyena fight, they don't even attack you, so... Why is this world supposed to be hard? I don't get it! I don't like this song. I cringed while it played. I'm just happy to be done with Atlantica. Thank God I never have to go here again. You know, I'm starting to think the harder part of this game are behind me. The Solar Sailor I remembered was super hard, but I did it on my first try, and the only thing that killed me against the boss was Greed. Actually, Greed should have killed me at the end too, I just got really lucky again. Easy fight with Mickey, then let Axel draw aggro while you deal with the assassins. Man, this is really easy now. I bet the end game's gonna be easy too! This world is a boss rush, so let's go through them one at a time, starting with the hardest boss in the game, Roxas. I tried him a few times at the end of a stream, saw how inexperienced I was with him, since I only fought him twice in my entire life, so I looked up some strategies and practiced a tiny amount between streams. I think it only took me half an hour or so to beat him live, but there's probably about 2 hours of attempts on this one. It could have been a lot more if I had been on my own, because knowing myself, I would have kept on trying to block everything instead of using Reflect because I am smart. Then came Xigbar. I actually like this fight. I used to struggle against it a lot as a kid, so I know it extremely well. The only problem is the large shots, or dragon shots as I call them for some reason, as sometimes they'll pass over or next to you without letting you use the reaction command. If that happens, you can't track it and Xigbar together most of the time, and that usually gets you to take a hit. That's the only issue though. Even his ultimate move, I know how to dodge by heart. 2 down, 4 to go. This isn't a boss fight, it's a mini game. Just be quick on the reaction commands and you're done. Easy peasy, lemon spaghetti. Most of this fight is easy. Just dodge around while he's berserk, counter with his reaction command, and alternate between blocking his attack and dodging his lunge. As for his ultimate, I don't know! I spammed the limit, drive forms, I think I just got lucky in the end. Don't look at me for tips, I don't have any! Question: is this supposed to be hard? The reaction command is cool and all, but he's so easy to dodge and counter. How is this the last boss before the final gauntlet? All that is left now is the final challenge, but before I go through all of that, let me just bring back one thing. This gauntlet is 5 fights. If you add all of them together, it took me a little above 2 hours to beat. It took me 2.5 hours to beat Demyx once, not counting my 3 wins and the 2 event fight after that. This officially makes Demyx the hardest fight in the game for me, and I hope I never have to fight him again. Or at least until I play this game again. As for the gauntlet, the first part is fun and easy. Just run through the stage, looking anime as fuck with the reaction commands, break the reactors, destroy the things, while avoiding the arms that sometimes attack you, and move on to the first real fight. After that is Xemnas on his throne. He's just a bit weird to handle because he's got so many attacks, but he's not too bad. Just watch out for the sword swing. And then is the on-rail things with Sora and Riku. Where did they even find their ride? Why was it there? Why does this part exist? I have so many questions! Once that's done, Xemnas is on his throne again. It's the same thing as before, but with less attacks, and now we're throwing buildings at each other. Just be careful you don't actually take one on the side of the head. It hurts. All that's left after that is the final fight, and it has one annoying feature. Out of all of Xemnas' attacks, only one gives you an actual chance to counterattack. This means you're spending most of the fight dodging, trying to bait that one move. If he throws you, you have 2 options. Either frame perfect the reversal on the first hit, or quickly get into a limit. Otherwise, you get sent straight into the red. The other hard thing to deal with is the laser barrage he starts using at half health. Most of them are easy to either reflect or block, except for the very last dual assault. Timing on that is fucked, and I had to find a way to count the delay because every time he used it, I died. Oh, actually, I forgot one last bullshit thing. After Sora gets caught, it's easy to use Riku to save him, and I even waited around a bit to send Sora into the red, so Riku would heal me as soon as everything returned to normal. After that, good news! He starts to spam the one attack that gives a good opening. Bad news, he is outside the stage, so you have to keep dodging it until he warps behind you, losing the lockout so you can see him, before you have a chance at hitting him again. At least after that, it's the final reaction command, and with one more combo, the game is over. And I can finally say, with pride, that I have beaten Kingdom Hearts 2 at level 1. Well, that was interesting. And I feel really weird about this entire challenge. On one hand, it was extremely hard at times, and I wanted to eat my controller more than once. On the other hand, I had a surprising amount of fun here, and I felt so very proud of myself at the end. Would I beat another Kingdom Hearts game at level 1? Maybe the third one, or Chains of Memories if I'm feeling weird, but I don't know about the first one. Would I do that anytime soon? Hell nah! That was so hard! I need a break! I think my next challenge is going to be something a bit simpler and easy. Something anyone could do. Oh hey, Elden Ring. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below what challenge you'd like to see me attempt next. Also, if you want to see me try those challenges live, go and check out my Twitch, the link is in the description down below. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep having fun.